Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a recreation of the gorgeous Zendaya at the Odyssey London premiere. Her makeup was done by Ernesto and he did end up posting the full breakdown of products. It looks like he was sponsored by Charlotte Tilbury. So everything that was used on her was Charlotte Tilbury. A little bit of an editing pre-video for you. Postscript for me. You get the dogs barking in the background of this video again. The joys of people not training their dogs. That's besides the point. What you're about to see is me doing the Zendaya look. Since doing the makeup yesterday, Tuesday, today's now Wednesday, it went half viral online, so it got so popular that Ernesto actually posted a series of TikToks for how to do the eyeshadow look. So I'm gonna play all of it. It's about 6 minutes, but I'm going to put it on 2x speed for those of you that want the video to go a little bit faster. And if you want him to talk normally, you can reduce the speed settings so that you can get it at normal speed. Make sense? I think I did a pretty good job at deciphering the makeup that you'll see in this video, but if you wanted to do the eye look, follow Ernesto's advice. Also, he doesn't say it, I'm going to say it for you. He was sponsored by Charlotte Tilbury to do that makeup. All of the product recommendations are from that Charlotte Tilbury partnership with doing Zendaya's makeup for the London premiere. You can do this makeup without using the Charlotte Tilbury products like I did, but just take that with a grain of salt when you watch Ernesto's explanation of what he used and how he used it. That's all from me. Carry on.
Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on here and share some tips. Zendaya's makeup look that we did for the premiere in London. I've been getting a lot of questions and a lot of love, and yeah, I just wanted to jump on here and show you guys how to get some of those techniques, and I'm going to share the last details as well. Okay, so first I just wanted to talk about a few key things of the makeup that made it what it is, right? So obviously the bright inner white highlight in her eye is like the statement of the makeup, but there's a few other things that really kind of elevated it from the usual glam that we do into this one. One of those things is you really want to brighten the center of the face and bring the highlighting concealer all the way out, almost to the temple. I usually tend to warm this area up with a little bit of bronzer, but for this look we kept this wide open. Another thing is a lot of glow and a lot of warmth. So what we like to do is layer creams, cream bronzers, cream highlighters with big powders that give a ton of luminosity. So first things first, in order to make the eye pop, I had to add quite a bit of dimension to the eye before I went in with the white. So I took these Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize Easy eyeshadow sticks. I used 3 shades, and I don't know why I'm out of breath. The first shade I used is Minx, which is like a mid-tone warm brown. Use this by placing it right along the crease in here and buffing it out with a nice shadow brush. This is going to give you contour and dimension. Then you want to take the shade Nude Sculpt, which is this is more of a matte, creamy white. This one you want to place all over the eyelid and on the inner corner. This is going to be a good base. And then for more dimension, I took Satin Diamonds. This one goes on the lid and on the brow bone. So this shade, I'm zoom in. Again, this one is Satin Diamonds. This one's the more sparkly one. It's really pretty. You see that? This only applied in the center of the lid and along the brow bone, and we buffed it out with a brush. And then you want to go in with the bright white matte eyeshadow. Any bright white matte eyeshadow, white eyeshadow. You want to place that in here in a way where you're almost carving your crease and extending it inwards, and then buffing it down here. You do want to define the inner corner of your eye with like an ashy dark brown pencil, just to make sure your eye doesn't get lost. And then you blend the white eyeshadow with the Charlotte Tilbury, the brightening under eye powder, the white one, right in here. Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me what lashes I used, right? And truthfully, this is what I use on her every single time, just placed differently, or sometimes I'll use one style or 2 styles mixed. And this is Lashify. All I use is Lashify, and our most used style is Cherry Stacks. So this one, as you can see, this one is a tapered spiky style, and we use the size 14 a lot. We also will add some 12s in there. Now when we use this one by itself, we'll place maybe like 5 or 6 across the eye, and I'll double these up for pictures. So I'll do like 4 14s and 2 12s on the inner corner, and then I'll double them up by placing another one directly on top. Now for the London premiere, I did use 2 styles. I also used the style Stardust. So Stardust looks like this. Stardust is like a fluffier, fuller version of a Cherry Stacks, meaning it's fluffy, but in the middle of each section, there's a spike. And so what I like to use this for is I'll place 3 of these in the size 14 on the outer corner of the eye, just to kind of anchor it, give it some volume, some body. And then I'll take the Cherry Stack, also in the size 14, and I'll place one on top of each of the Stardust, directly in the middle. Then I'll take 2 Cherry Stacks in the size 12, and I'll place those on the inner corner right here. Boop, boop. And I'll layer 14 on top. So what I recommend doing is placing the Stardust first. You want to use 3, maybe 2, depending on your eye shape, on the outside, right? And then when you place the Cherry Stacks, you want to start on the inside. That way you place both of the inside ones perfectly like symmetrical, right? You place the 12 here, another one here, and then you place the size 14 Cherry Stacks on top of each Stardust on the outer corner. The inside ones, I did double them up. I think I added a 12 on top of the 12 in here and a 14 on top of the 12 in here, if that makes sense. So 3 Stardust, 2 12 cherry stacks, and then I doubled them up with the 14, and I added 14 on top of each Stardust. And one last thing, I wanted to show you guys something we use for that major glow. This is new, this is really beautiful. This is Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Highlighter Fresh Healthy Glow Stick. This is beautiful. Let me show you guys. It's a balm, but it has a translucent base that leans, I'm gonna call this like a champagne gold, but it's not a yellow gold or anything. It's just like a skin tone champagne gold that's translucent and sheer. Let me put some on so you guys can see this. So we'll use this on the cheek, a little bit above the temple. I'll kind of push it up like this, down the nose like this, and on the cupid's bow. Bye guys.
My lips are currently freaking out. I've been doing a lot of swatching content with my lips, so they are very unhappy with me. Comes with the territory. I'm in as good of a recreation for Zendaya's outfit. I cannot afford Schiaparelli and I cannot afford diamonds, but I can afford crystals and Banana Republic. The vibe is sparkles and white. I also did my best to do the kind of crown braid in my hair. I did look up some tutorials and I don't have enough hair to do like the full crown braid, so I just did a split braid. This one feels like it's pretty loose though. I tried my best to bobby pin it in, but we'll see if it lasts. And without further ado, he used Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I don't own that. I have used it before, but I'm gonna go in with another layer of Embryolisse cream. I already had a light layer on while I was getting ready and pulling all my products out, but let's just do another layer. He did use the lip oil elixir. I don't have anything that's quite like that, but I already have on this in the clear from MAC, so that's what I have. And next was the Beautiful Skin foundation. I have used that one in the past. I really liked it. All of the internet really hated that foundation, but I thought it was beautiful. But since I don't have that, I'm going to go in with my concoction of the day. Going back to the Kylie foundation with a little bit of F1 Warm from About Face and a little bit of my green from Makeup Forever. This is like the never-ending foundation from Kylie, but now I don't want to repurchase it because she's done that Meta glasses thing. Oh, and I hate Meta glasses so much. So now I don't want to repurchase it, but if you don't mind what she's done, the Kylie tint is really nice. So I'm just gonna mix this up and apply it to my face. I am gonna focus on the center and work outward, a very traditional makeup method. I did also bleach my brows, so if you see redness around my eyebrows, that is just my skin being inflamed from the bleach. I had a booger in my nose and you guys didn't say anything. I thought we were friends. How dare you guys? I am filming this on Tuesday, not a Monday. I'm filming this pretty early at 10 a.m. Not like the earliest that other YouTubers film at when it's like 6 a.m. I'm just trying to get ahead of the lawn maintenance team. I've been kind of tracking when I've heard the lawnmowers and leaf blowers and all that. It's usually been Tuesdays near the afternoon when they arrive. I'm trying to get this done before they come. And I'm just gonna take a dry sponge and tap around. And then reapply coverage where you need it. Okay, foundation. And I didn't use all of what I had on my palette. Next, he used the airbrush concealer. I don't have that, but I do have my MAC, which is more full coverage. I'm just gonna take some of my MAC. This is the shade NW5, and I put a little dot of the pink corrector in it as well. Now, I am lazy enough to not check the shades compared to one another because if you look at the photo, she's actually quite sculpted in this look. She has sculpting here, and this whole under eye part up is brighter than her forehead shade, but I am too lazy to check if he did that with concealer, the concealer step or not. So I'm going to layer up some powders as well, but I'm just gonna run the concealer kind of in this zone, just in case it was the concealer step that he did it with. Obviously, my face is gonna look a little bit different when you copy makeup like this from a celebrity or a TikToker or whoever, myself even. You do slightly alter placements and stuff for your face shape, because my face shape is not Zendaya's face shape. I will have to move angles and placements around ever so slightly. And I'm just gonna clean my brows. Am I already looking sculpted? A little bit. Next was the bronzer. Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. I don't have that. Theme of the video. So I'm going to go in with the Biscuit shade from Westman Atelier, and I'm not changing the tone with the shade Olay. I'm gonna use this because we're gonna be sculpted today. So I'm just going to kind of sculpt in this temple zone. Now there is a huge step here that I am not going to be showing you, which is the eyebrows. Obviously, I'm not showing you eyebrows. Are on your own for that step. I can't help you. Then, it looks like the bronzer was kept pretty low down here. Because Biscuit is more of a neutral bronze on me. What's the word for it? A bronzer? It's more of a bronzer. I can get away with placing it kind of low here. My forehead is bigger than hers, so I'm just gonna go across. Oh, I missed the highlight stick. I have the Chanel Les Beige, so this is what I'm going to use because I don't have a stick highlighter like that in a human shade. Like I have the Can Make highlighter, but I don't think that that is at all appropriate for this because it's blue. So I'm just gonna take it and just highlight here. I applied it to my hand, picked it up with the foundation brush, and then highlighted. Hard to tell. We can always go back to highlight more. I don't wanna over highlight right now. I'm gonna take a little bit more Biscuit and do the nose. Moving on to blush. There are two products, the Beauty Light Wand Pillow Talk and the Cheek to Chic in Pillow Talk Deep. Pillow Talk is that like regular bridal shade. I don't have Pillow Talk, but I do have 44 Nude Lavalier from YSL, so I'm going to go in with that. Starting with the cream first. On a new brush, this is the Sephora Pro 56, and I'm going to keep it. This highlight area here where it goes snatch, don't go there. So I'm going to keep it pretty low. And you just pat it out to blend. I always like moving my head around when I do blush like this. Next, we do the powder, and we're gonna powder, I think it goes over the whole thing. So I'm going to take this Sephora 79, pick up some of this powder. I'm gonna brush off some excess into my palm. Go over top. I'm really trying to not go too far back because these Make Me blushes do have a shine in them. And if the whole cheek becomes shiny, it does look a little crazy. I feel like I brought it in too much, so I'm going to take some foundation on my brush again and just pat out this inside portion, kind of cover up my mistake. That feels better. Now comes the powder. I think this is where the sculpting comes from because in Ernesto's post, he said the powder was only the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in the shade 2, which I think is much lighter than Zendaya's skin tone. So I think that is the powder for sculpting. I'm not gonna use the light powder for that. I'm actually going to powder first with some talc powder. And again, I'm just gonna use my palm to pick up any excess. And the center of the face is really matte, so I'm gonna focus the talc powder to the center. Do I look like Zendaya yet? Do I look like Athena? What do you think? Now, this is the step that is definitely going to change depending on your skin tone. I'm going to go in with 1N00 from Makeup Forever and N4 from MAC. My better shade match in the MAC is actually N3, but I have N4 and I am not spending my money to get N3 right now. And I'm going to take it on a poofy poof and I'm going to pick up some N4 and then pick up some 1N00, buff on my hand, and go in and push it to the center. I'm going to the chin and down the nose. And now I'm just gonna pick up 1N00 and I'm gonna go out and pat the rest there. This is easier with these triangles because you get that straight edge. You can do it with a brush, but it's easier with a puff. Now, do I look like Zendaya? We want to buff this out just very lightly. And now we spray the face. Now he sprayed the face with the Charlotte Tilbury spray. So I'm going to go in with the new MAC Fix Plus Matte Spray. Beautiful. So for the eyes, I am going to be using the MAC Multi Sculpts, and this is going to be a fast process because of the multi sculpts, but it does look like Ernesto used the Exaggerize eyeshadow sticks from Charlotte Tilbury. I think there are two formulations of these. It looks like there's some type of pearl finish and some type of matte finish. Seems like it's a very basic eye look. Inner eye, center eye, outer eye, brow bone highlight. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how talky I'm going to be able to make this step here because of the multi-sculpts, but I'm going to try my best. And you can enjoy the dog barking in the background that torments me every single day. I'm gonna look at this photo for my reference. I really think it's incredibly simple for the eye look because it's Zendaya. Like, you don't have to do too much. Due to the fact that I do not look like Zendaya, you're gonna see the eye look a lot more on me than you would on her. So just keep that in mind when you go to recreate this. Depending on how much eye space you have, you'll have to change up your expectations for what you're gonna look like. So I'm just placing Brulee to the inner eye. Brulee is basically my skin tone, because it just, you can't see it. I'm gonna go in with Stone next and do a very thin wash on the eye. I pretty much just posted a eyeshadow tutorial this week that looks like this, which is pretty funny. And then I'm going in with Hod Podge to the outside, and I'm gonna do my very best to not flick it out too much because her look isn't flicked at all. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna go in with this new brush, new to me brush. This is the Sephora 19. I just picked it up last week. I picked up 19 and 24, and I just want to compare the two. This one looks like it's more of a pencil kind of shape, and 24 seems to be more wide. And I do want to let you guys know that I do have pink frosting. Well, not on its way. I have it ordered, but I am still waiting for that confirmation to become a shipping label. I hope they ship it out of Toronto. There is usually like 2 locations. I did it really heavy on this side. Oh dear. Multitasking, talk and do makeup. For Sephora Canada, I find there tends to be 2 shipping locations. I'm not sure if that's what it's like in all of Canada, but for Toronto, the warehouses that shipments seem to come from are either Toronto, so from Brampton, which is just outside of Toronto, and there's like a bajillion warehouses there, or they come from BC. So if you live not in Ontario, if you live in like Calgary or Winnipeg or out east, Let me know if you guys have Sephora warehouses or if these two warehouses that I always get product from are like the only ones. I'm just gonna run Hodge Podge under my eye as well because we're looking a little bland down there. I like this brush. It works really well with this MAC Multi-Sculpt. We'll see how it fares with other kind of formulations. Okay, now for a brow bone highlight, I have this paint pot. I haven't used it in so long. What is this? Bare Study, which is a really nice, kind of like a yellowy gold highlight color. And I just want to see, oh, it might not work because it's a cream. I'm actually going to switch to a powder and just try to reblend. I lifted a little bit of Hodge Podge off of my eye because it's a cream, that's why. So I'm just going to go in with a powder. I'm going to go in with Shroom and do a little highlight. It's super pretty. I like this look. And I have no idea if this video is even like gonna be interesting to people. I think this is the most beautiful Zendaya has ever looked on a red carpet. That's not true. She's looked beautiful. But I love this look on Zendaya because it looks nothing like her. And it's just so different than what she normally comes out with, just looking pretty. I love when it's these more editorial looks on her. I'm going to go in actually with this matte highlight from Cheer Up. It comes with a little shine in it. It's not fully matte. There's like a very soft pearl in it. If you want like a fully matte highlight, I would recommend the Kaleidos contour palette. And I'm just gonna give my face some glow in this highlight zone. She seems to have a black, obviously lashes, and it looks like some kind of charcoal to the waterline. So I'm gonna do my waterline charcoal first. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Gray shade. And I'm gonna quickly throw this in the waterline. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this classic product. This is the Black Track Gel Liner from MAC. And I'm gonna take some on a spatula. And I have my paintbrush here, and I'm gonna pick some up on my paintbrush and do some eyeliner. We don't have gardeners this week, but we do have barking dogs. I think I prefer the gardeners. The weight of the eyeliner, where it's the thickest, is really focused to the outside of the eye. So having something like a paintbrush is going to be really handy for getting that super thin line to the inside and the thicker line to the outside. But as always, the hardest part is doing it on the other side. So we'll see if I eat my words. That's pretty good. Considering I haven't used a gel eyeliner in a very long time. Oh, I've impressed myself. Okay, now the only lashes that I have that kind of do this like very spiky effect are these Mr. Wish dog innocent big eyes style lashes, but I'm going to stick with the 10mm and 11mm sizes because 12mm is just way too big on me. And I'm gonna take some lash glue and put it on my palette so it can start to get a little tacky. And in the meantime, I'm going to curl my lashes and do mascara. I'm going in with the Judy Doll dual end mascara today. And I'm just gonna coat the lashes. I don't want it to be too layered. Getting hot in here for the lashes. We do a hope and a prayer and hope this goes smoothly. Okay, what do we think? So I cut the little front part of these Ardell 110s to fill in the rest because these don't go short enough for my inner eye. So it's a little bit of a combo lash. This side is poking up a little bit above the lash line, but you know what? It's gonna be good enough for right now. Is it, or is it gonna bug me? It might bug me. This is a lot of lash for me right now. I've been on a very mascara only kick recently. Feels like a lot, but I don't know. I'm now going to do the matte white eyeshadow, and I'm going to do it with a standard domed round brush, and I'm taking my Sephora white eyeshadow. And this should be the most fun part. All the dogs are barking now outside. Great. I love this. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, wow. Who knew something so simple? So stunning. I'm just gonna quickly clean up all these brushes in front of me and then we'll move on to lips. Okay, so I'm going to just use some Embryolisse cream to wipe off any product. The lip combo that Ernesto used on Zendaya was the Lip Cheat Contour Duo in Tan Medium, and then the Pillow Talk Big Lump Plumpgasm. Again, it's these like basic nudie colors. You know what? I got this new, the video should be up. I got these new lip liners from Winners, and I'm going to take the shade Chocolate because it's like this reddy brown color, and I'm gonna line my lips with this. And then taking a lip brush, I'm gonna blend the liner. And then I'm going to pat this Illicit Nude YSL lip blur. I'm gonna put the MAC Lip Glass Clear on top. I'm not gonna use a lip plumper today because my lips are already so freaked out. Using a lip plumper would be a very bad idea. And you know what? I think I'm gonna mix in some of this brown sugar shade to get that little plumpy shadow. Is there anything I am missing besides eyebrows from this look? I don't think so. And yeah, that concludes my Zendaya look. Let me know in the comment section if you liked this look that she had on for the premiere, if you hated it. I don't know how many people actually liked this look. This video was definitely for me. Would you even wear a look like this? If you liked this video, give it a like. If you liked me, you should consider subscribing so I can pop up in your feed more often. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Both are Claire Cuckoo as well. Everything I used throughout this video will be in the description box down below for you to find, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!